Linda here from Mom's Backyard Garden, and I'm getting ready to tie up this tomato. We planted these May 13 of this year, and um, I'm going to have to trim them back. They're getting overgrown. So I'm going to get started on that. And here's the 4x4 garden we put tomatoes in. If you recall, visit my other video where I planted these. And this is almost mid-July. And this is a 4x4 garden, and I just wanted to show you can grow a lot of vegetables. It doesn't have to be a really large spot. Now I've got some tie here that I bought in the garden section at the store, and it's stretchy and it's soft, and that's what I usually use on my tomatoes and other plants to tie them up so it doesn't cut into the vine. So let's get started on that. And this is the rope or tie I use. It's a vinyl plastic kind of a thing. I'm gonna start trimming this back because we have squash growing out of the middle of this, and you can't see it well. It's not getting enough air and light and such, so I'm going to trim it back, or trim the tomatoes back, so the squash will hopefully start producing some squash. This is a delicata squash. We've never grown it before, and I'm excited to see it. These are Roma tomatoes growing on this corner, by the way, and they're really starting to pack on a lot of tomatoes, so I need to trim all this back before the whole plant falls over. And we have 4 different varieties here of tomatoes that we planted May 13. So let's start our trimming. This looks drastic, but I'm going to prop this all up so the tomatoes won't be falling over. And I know some people are going to freak out and say, oh, you're destroying your plant, but I actually end up doing this every year when the plants get loaded down with tomatoes. So this way I can see them, the sun can get to them, and I can control what's going on. I know a lot of people say, can you trim your tomatoes? They're getting out of hand, and these are indeterminate tomatoes, by the way, and they're going to grow until the cold kills them. So I'm not concerned about that, and I've never had a problem with them growing. So we'll just continue to trim these until I can see what's going on in here. And my squash that's coming out from the middle of this is a 4x4 planter, and as you can see, we're going to get a lot of tomatoes out of here. I put 4 plants in here May 13, and then a couple weeks later I put this squash in here, and we're going to see how much we get out of here, and hopefully I start seeing squash soon. This is why I'm trimming this back, because I don't see any squash yet, but it is a young plant, and I'll continue to do this. So I trimmed a whole ton of this back. Now I can see all the tomatoes, and my squash plant is out and getting sun, and I'll be able to access it better, and hopefully it will come on and produce some squash. And let's look closer. So I can see all these plants much better. I can access them. The tomatoes aren't getting overcrowded, and I can see if I have any problems going on. And here's more squash coming out from the middle of the garden here. This is just a little 4x4, and hopefully she produces real well. So we're working on tying this stuff up, and we'll see you next time here at Mom's Backyard Garden.